Hey everyone, my name is Arsenine and welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. We're checking out Hometopia today, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a basically build your own house and express your creativity kind of game. Okay, sweet lah, we first landed on our new house. Honestly, this whole new house experience is like a walkthrough to tell you how to really build a new house, but honestly, this is not very important one lah, right? The most important thing is you learn how to build the house of your dreams, or in my case, hell on earth, and then you can bring your creativity to life. I think the tutorial is rather pointless and you should do whatever you want to do, which is exercise your creativity, right? So, few things that you probably need to know is how to fly, zoom in, and the most important thing, which is how to delete. Well, you can just press the delete here on your keyboard, that one also okay. Sky's the limit, so to speak. So if you want a polygon, go ahead. If you want anything else done, do it. Anyways, I think that's enough of a tutorial, and I think I want to start building the house of nightmares. So here are some of the places that we actually have. So we have all the places that we can go, like Midtown Heights, Staghorn Point, the Gables, the Courtyard, the Palms, and some places that are too embarrassed to have a name of their own. Let's go ruin some land, and nothing better to ruin than a courtyard. Last big name, Hell on Earth. Wokis. Now, we could use some pre-built stuff, but that's super lame. Anyways, let's continue to look around and see who we can terrorize with our house. Why are we stuck? Oh, okay, no, this is the part of our house. And what about you? What do you have to say, dude? Sir?
Yes?
Can you take a moment to see my house, sir?
I'm just a peasant.
Okay, fine. Not with that attitude. Let me just go and build my house then. Thankfully, there seem to be no actual requirements for what I can build, so I can build anything I want. That's good. Let's start with this raised foundation, shall we? Let's just litter this entire area with a bunch of raised foundations. We could build it straight, but never mind. God, why is it so difficult to be straight? And we can build it however we want. I know this will probably annoy some people, but hey, I never said being straight was easy. Let's just continue building in a not very symmetrical manner, and I know, it says that you can place multiple by dragging and pressing control, but I want to build it with maximum effort, mind you. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, effort counts. So I'm more or less done, just one or two more, looking good, king. Anyways, let's add some decor now. Okay, what do we have here? Light concrete. Oh, do I get to paint this all over the foundation? Well, color me surprised. Let's paint it over, and it's way too bright. Damn game, making me paint concrete in the morning. It's 2 in the morning and it's too bright for me. Then again, I did it myself, so I can't really blame anyone else, right? Anyways, let's add some chairs, and nothing says comfortable like vintage leather armchair. So let's add one here. That's not enough. Let's add some more. Let's add another easel chair over here for the artist in me. Let's add a kid's chair over here for the childlike behavior in me. Let's add the kid's beanbag over here to complement the kid's chair. And let's lastly add a small Victorian chair over here. Amazing! It now looks like an actual house. Okay, to compensate for all the shrubs we destroyed earlier, I'm just gonna put back some extra shrubs over here. I know, I much rather destroy than create, but that's awkward. Never mind, we can just lie and say that this is part of a new house design where we have shrubs built directly into the foundation. So that would be cool. So let's go on and do that, litter a bit more, because that's totally fine anyways. No one's really gonna see the foundation specifically, right? Alright, it's time to cover our blooming botanical failures with some walls. Let's erect 1, 2, 3. Nothing's happening. I promise I'm not pausing the game. I'm moving my mouse right now. Of course, the classic gray screen. Well, I guess I'll just reload my old save. Hopefully I did save something. I don't know if there's any autosaves though.
Failure.
How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Okay, never mind. If you want to take away all my progress, which is honestly not a lot, but I will do it my way lah. Let me do some flat foundation. And I'm trying to build a house now that no one will ever want to live in. So let's just start that. I think I regret a bit of skipping the tutorial since I don't really know if the foundation needs to be the entire floor. But common sense will tell you that it probably makes sense lah. So yeah lor. And yes, I'm very well aware of using control and left click to create multiple, but I'm more invested in effort, mind you. Some of you might beg to differ, the whole idea of work smart and not work hard. Yeah, I value hard work, so let me just work how I want to do. I might change my mind later, especially since I'm doing this long term to build a very nice maze-like house, hell on earth after all, but let me do it. Just a little bit more here, and done. Okay, now I'm done with the entire tiling of the ceiling, and to you it might not look like much since I did not fill the entire area. However, if I turn off the walls right now, and drumroll please. Oh look, is that a maze? And yes, it's a proper functioning maze. There is one true exit and one true entrance to the next level, which I haven't designed yet, but you guys will get the pleasure of seeing throughout the entire video. I'll return the walls right now, and now I'm just going to go and design it a little bit further so you guys get to see the final product. Anyways, this is what it looked like before I fully tiled the ceiling, and you guys can take as much time as you want to admire the craftsmanship or the actual pathing to get to the next level. Again, this is not fully designed and it's roughly a scaffold because I haven't actually done the second level yet. Yes, how could I forget the door? So I gotta fill the wall here, not because I want to trap them in, but because that's the only way you can put a door. Why not? Hey, why not? Why not? Why only over there? What is happening? Hello? Oh, so I'm clearly missing something. So let me try and fill the foundation here and add a wall. Does that fix my problems? No. Why? Why can't I do it over here and not over there? I figured it out. So basically, I just need to have a 2 wall on this side, but at the same time when it opens up, there cannot be any wall behind it to block the door. I guess the idea here is that in case the door is pulled open, it can't have any wall blocking it. So yeah lah, very simple lah, that's the idea lor. Anyways, this is where the actual stairwell will be, which is why it's so empty, and I shall fill it up right now. There we go. And to ensure that you know that this is the correct way, I'm gonna add a little stool over here so that you can take a break before going on to your next arduous journey on level 2. Also right, I don't think anything quite well captures the idea of welcome home than a welcome mat. So let's put one right here, and this welcomes you to the next level of hell. And also for any of you who don't believe that this is an actual maze, I sped it up right here, but you see that I'm actually navigating, and eventually I will find the entrance right here. So yeah, that was sped up about 3 times lah, in case you want to know. Okay, that's it. It's time to fix up level 2 lah. I settled on using some glass walls because many a time, right, people complete like long and difficult mazes and all that, and they never actually get appreciated for completing it. By making it glass, right, you actually get to see them suffer through and eventually complete it. Isn't that right, dude?
Do not hurt me.
Alright, let's plug out the bottom to ensure no one can sneak back in, and let's start laying the foundation for all these glass walls. Yo, welcome back. You didn't really miss much lah, honestly, but what I've done is obviously made a bunch of glass walls, which make it actually really hard to look and navigate where you think you can go. So these look like very large open spaces, but on aerial view, I'm going to show you how complicated this maze really is. So this is the top view, and you get to see that there are actually very many pathways right to the staircase. You can path many different ways, but you might have also noticed something rather suspicious. They're actually just blind or rather open spots for you to fall down and literally restart the entire level 1 maze again. So why did I do that? Very simple. Because normally, even if you path your way through all the way to get to the staircase, I feel that some people would just rush and, you know, smash right into any wall. So to avoid such lazy playstyles and falling off like this, since you're not a god, if you fall down, you have to do the entire maze again. That'll teach whoever wants to buy this place to just randomly smash into everything, and you can just open the door and start the entire maze again if you don't value your sanity. Anyways, that is my main goal for this level lah. But I honestly think it should not be so simple whereby you can just walk through and, you know, just bash your way through everything and glass to solve the entire maze. Obviously, this maze can totally be solved in the 2 or 3 different ways you probably have seen from the aerial view earlier. The one that I'm showing you now is the way that I would normally solve this maze myself, and just a little bit more and I have reached the staircase. not too bad lah. Obviously, there's no third floor yet lah. That's still in the works lor. But the sky view looks quite nice, right? You know what this is missing? The welcome mat. And at this point in time, I think it's more of an intimidation tactic than anything, because think about it, you're welcoming them to another level of hell. Well, nothing like another day of actually enjoying your masterpiece, and I think I'll take a nice candid photo to immortalize this moment. So let's take a nice shot. Alright, great. Actually, I think I changed my mind. It doesn't look as nice as I want it to. I can fix that real quick, but it's gonna take some time, so let me be right back. Well, would you look at that? Doesn't that look amazing now? Now that you can actually see the first level, a lot of things are actually revealed and you can actually still see the path, even though it's a bit more difficult to make out. I did keep the one tile with the welcome though, because I think that's more of an intimidation tactic than anything anyways. So you can see the stairs right here, and you usually go up the stairs and eventually find your way, and you path all the way to the top to essentially the third floor. So let's start from here. So you still have the welcome mat from the first floor, second floor, and you mind your business, and oh shit, now you're stuck on level 1 again. You see, now that's what I've done. There's a lot of trap doors. Well, actually, it's more like false ceilings around the entire area. It may be hard for you to make out, but the idea still remains the same. You may be thinking walking straight or walking around all the glass walls was already difficult enough, but look at this. So let's say you walk forward and eventually you're trying to find your way there to the staircase, and then boom, you fall down. So yeah, that was my plan from the beginning. Call it evil or whatever you want to call it, but right, this will teach you from just running in blindly without actually casing your environment, so to speak. Just because something is made of glass doesn't mean it needs to be see-through, you know. Okay, I think most of the house on level 2 is actually done. I think it is pretty simple. I'm just gonna do some last minute checks to ensure that, you know, all these trap ceilings or false ceilings actually don't trap you into any of the blind spots that I've made. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think I'll start on level 3 now and I'll cut to when I'm back lah. Okay, so give me some time. Hello, welcome back. Okay, so as you can see right now, right, it looks pretty incomplete, although truthfully it's because I'm a bit lazy to actually complete the entire house. But the idea here is that these look like some construction blocks, right? But no, it's not so simple. Making its return from level 2, I've decided to build some of those trap ceilings, so to speak. So at the start, when you see me constructing those glass ceilings, yes, some of them are legit, as you can see, but others are completely fake. The idea here is that you're going to have to do a series of parkour movements across all of these construction blocks. Sounds very simple lah, but if you fall, you just get restart on level 2 and start again. Here I'm flying, and then you can see, right, the main goal is to end on this final welcome mat and, you know, that vintage and nice chair lah. You could think about it from here that, oh, you could always just navigate your way, right? Like parkour, or you sprint and jump, but it's actually a trap. Another trap that I designed. Initially, I told myself that I didn't want to make like a trap ceiling that will essentially lock you forever in an area. But I decided that if you wanted to try and cheapen the experience of, you know, this final level by turning around, facing the chair, and thinking you can make it, no, you cannot. And now you're stuck. This entire area, right, may seem like, oh, you can walk around, but it's actually a dead end. I promise you, when I tell you from this aerial view, there is literally no possible way for you to escape once you land there. And that tells you all you need to know. The idea here is that if you want to enjoy the sunrise on your face with a nice view, then you gotta go and work for it lah. Cannot expect everything to be handed to you, right? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I really have for you. Recently, we actually hit 10 hours of total watch time on the channel, and I was shocked. Even with 8 subscribers or no subscribers, it means a lot that, you know, enough people want to watch what I do for at least 10 hours. That's still something I cannot comprehend lah, honestly. The idea is that I just want to do whatever I want, and, you know, if anyone wants to watch, that's a bonus lah. But yeah lah, obviously this is still like something I want to do, and let me know anything else you would like to see in the comments below. Feel free to say anything, even if it's negative. I don't mind reading it, since any form of criticism is actually beneficial lah, in my opinion. Anyways, that's all. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.